Good evening, Mr. Superintendent, school board members, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dan White. I live on Belchase Road in Granbury, and I'm here as a concerned parent and a citizen of Hood County to offer some brief comments regarding security in our schools. After having two children attend GHS and having actually taken the time to go sit through classes on multiple occasions, I firmly believe, without a doubt, lack of discipline and the associated lack of respect for authority is the root of most of our problems. We can debate the societal factors that contribute to poor discipline all night long, whether they be a poor home environment, whether they be fear that the officials have of litigation or lawsuits, afraid to take action, whether it's having taken God out of our school, whether it's having taken corporal punishment out of our school, or simply the correctness, the overwhelming wave of political correctness that's taken our country by storm to where people are afraid they might offend somebody. Whatever the case may be, whether we want to admit it or not, we have a discipline problem in the Granbury schools. For several years, the GISD had sheriff's deputies assigned full-time within GHS, known as School Resource Officers, or SROs. In the 2011 and 12 budget, the GISD quietly made a budget-driven decision to eliminate the SRO program in order to save about $200,000. Line item 52, I believe. In 2009 and 10, the actual security and monitoring expenditures were $450,000 in the GISD. That was reduced in 2010 and 11 to $320,000, and then in 11 and 12 it was reduced to $120,000. That is a 73% decrease in our security budget in 2 years. That is just plain wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Plain wrong. To many of us that have observed within GHS the environment over the past few years, we felt that was a poor decision long before the events of last week. And unfortunately, that's become status quo as reflected in the current year budget. In recent months, I do understand there's been a Band-Aid fix applied where a DARE officer goes in on a part-time basis to the high school, maybe a few others, spending some of their available time there. Unfortunately, that doesn't even come close to the value of having the SRO in place to network, build rapport with the students, and learn about the issues that are going on firsthand from the inside. The SROs represented an authority figure within the school, and they were liked and well respected by most of the good students at GHS. My request is simple. After the tragic events that have unfolded in Connecticut and recent threats within our own school district, please reinstate the SRO program on an emergency basis and have the SROs in place when school starts in January. I know you're doing a lot of things this week, but let's get them in place in January and make no bones about it. In the scheme of the county budget politics, nothing can be more important than safeguarding the children of Hood County. This security expenditure represents less than 0.5% of your $60 million operating budget for the security of our kids. And if you can't find the money within the existing programs, which I certainly believe you could, then I think the taxpayers of Hood County will be quite willing for a few cents increase in the mill rate. Also, I'd like to ask you to revisit, perhaps with a more open mind, the use of technology. A few good metal detectors and some common sense behavioral observations would go a long way to creating a more secure environment for our students. Anything that can improve discipline would be beneficial. Just talk to the Springtown ISD if you still believe the myth that you can't paddle students in the state of Texas. Remember, lawyers are paid to quantify risk. They're not paid to make decisions. That's your job. Good evening and thank you.